All right, hello HTD family. Welcome back to Hope and Truth Daily. And for those of you that are here for the first time, Hope and Truth Daily is where we explore the timeless wisdom of the Holy Bible and how it applies to our lives today. Now, before I begin, I want to just give the friendly reminder, like I usually do, like and share this video, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, if you subscribe to my channel, you can be informed as soon as a new video gets posted. So let's go ahead and get started here. Today I want to share a story of unshakable faith, of divine protection and God's power over every situation. And this is the story of Daniel and the lion's den. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of the story of Daniel and the lion's den, probably when you were younger. I haven't actually heard the story in a long time. It's been since I was quite young. And I decided today to use this story to bring a powerful message to you today. And it has a very powerful account that reminds us that when we stand firm in our faith, God stands with us. Okay? So today's topic is this, guys. Today's topic is trusting God in the face of trials. You should see that on your screen now. Trusting God in the face of trials. Okay, so Daniel's story, it takes place during the reign of King Darius in Babylon. And Daniel was a man of integrity and wisdom and devotion to God. His faith set him apart, and because of this, he quickly rose to a position of great authority in the kingdom. And the king saw Daniel's excellence and planned to promote him over the entire empire. Now, this is where things got a bit crazy, okay? So this favor that the king had over Daniel kind of stirred up jealousy, okay, among the higher officials, the other higher officials, and the governors. They plotted against Daniel, but they couldn't find any fault in him, anything wrong with him. So the only way that they could bring him down was through his faith in God. Okay? Only thing they can do to bring him down was through his faith in God. So they devised a plan. They approached King Darius, and they tricked King Darius into signing a law, a decree stating that for 30 days, no one can pray to any god, excuse me for a second here, any god or any man except for the king. No one could pray to any god or any man except for the king. And if anyone disobeyed, they'd be thrown into the lion's den. Okay? So despite knowing this, so Daniel hears about it, but he doesn't care. He remains faithful. Daniel remains faithful. He continued to pray 3 times a day, just as he always had done, with his windows open toward Jerusalem. He didn't hide his faith. He didn't let fear change his devotion to God. Now let's pause for a moment. What would you have done? What would you have done? Would you have continued to pray, knowing the risk? Would you have compromised your faith to stay safe? That kind of rhymes, doesn't it? Would you have compromised your faith to stay safe? We should all really think about that. What is that phrase? What would Jesus do? WWJD. Remember those bracelets and everything? What would Jesus do? What would you do? Leave a comment below, guys. Leave a comment saying what you would do. Anyway, so back to the story. So Daniel's enemies caught him praying, okay? They immediately reported him to King Darius. So even though the king had respected Daniel and didn't want to harm him, he knew that he was bound to his decree, and he had Daniel thrown into the lion's den. But this is where the story shifts, okay? This wasn't the end for Daniel, obviously. That night, God had sent his angel to shut the mouths of the lions, okay? He sent his angel to shut the mouths of the lions. Now, despite being surrounded by these lions, these hungry beasts, Daniel remained unharmed. The lions, who could have torn him apart in seconds, didn't even touch him because God was with him. They didn't touch him because God was with him. So the next morning, the king rushes to the den. He's calling out to Daniel. He's like, Daniel, has your God saved you? And then Daniel replies to him. And as you'll see in the book of Daniel, chapter 6, verse 22, I'll pop that on the screen for you. Daniel chapter 6, verse 22, this is Daniel's reply to King Darius. My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths, and they have not harmed me, since I was found innocent before him. And also toward you, O king, I have committed no crime. That's what Daniel replied. And let me read it again. My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths, and they have not harmed me, since I was found innocent before him. And also toward you, O king, I have committed no crime. That's pretty amazing if you ask me. So King Darius, obviously, because he really cared about Daniel. So he's elated, just extremely overjoyed, So he orders Daniel to be lifted out of the den. and not a single wound was found on him because he had trusted in God. And for those who plotted against him, they faced the very fate that they had set for Daniel. Anyway, so King Darius, then he made a decree at this point declaring that the God of Daniel was the true and living God. The God of Daniel was the true and living God whose kingdom would never be destroyed. So now let's talk about what this means for us today. We all face lions' dens in our lives, okay? Situations where we feel surrounded by danger and opposition or trials that test our faith. But Daniel's story teaches us three important lessons, guys. These three lessons are: faithfulness to God should never waver, even in adversity. Okay? Faithfulness in God should never waver, even in adversity. When faced with persecution, Daniel didn't stop praying. He stayed committed to God, and God honored his faith. He stayed faithful, and God honored his faith. God's protection is greater than any threat we face. Daniel didn't fight the lions. He trusted God, and God fought for him. When we stand firm in our faith, God stands with us. Your faith can be a testimony to others. Because of Daniel's obedience, even a pagan king recognized God's power. Your faith in hard times can inspire others to seek God. So if you're facing a trial today, remember, Daniel's confidence in God, hold on one second. Sorry. What was I saying? Daniel's confidence in God, is seen in the promise that you see in Daniel 6:22, which is on the screen. Okay? So if you're facing a trial today, like I said, remember Daniel's confidence in God. Hold on to the promise in Daniel 6:22. Okay? So what was he said? My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths, and they have not harmed me, since I was found innocent before him. And also toward you, O king, I have committed no crime. So no matter what challenges surround you, trust that God is with you. The same God who saved Daniel is the same God who will protect and strengthen and deliver you. So that brings us to today's affirmation, guys. Let me pop that on the screen for you. Today's affirmation is this: I stand firm in faith, and God fights for me. I stand firm in faith, and God fights for me. Say it with me one time, guys. Let's say it together. I stand firm in faith, and God fights for me. Amen. Amen. Type amen in the comments below, guys. Amen. Type amen in the comments below. All right. As always, guys, I want to thank you for watching, okay? If this message encouraged you in any way, even in the slightest, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, okay? Subscribe to Hope and Truth Daily. Share your thoughts in the comments. How has God delivered you from your own lion's den? How has he delivered you from those moments that feel like they were your lion's den? Share those in the comments, okay? So until next time, guys, please stay strong, stay faithful, and stay blessed. Have a wonderful day.